Peter, just to start with Heedle and Kreider, any update, and will either of them be on the trip? I know you got 3 and 4
Yeah, they're on the trip.
They're both on the trip.
They're day to day.
I mean, do you see either of them as being close enough where they could be an option in this 3 out of 4 stretch?
That that day to day, coming on the trip. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And day to day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good effort.
When your team or players on your team are involved in any kind of trade discussions and it gets out, is that something, if you feel like it's affecting the room, that you would address, or do you never want that to be something that you're going to talk to them about?
We talk about things that go on in the room, and there's things that are out of our control. That's not in our control. What's in our control is, playing a better game last night, how we respond to it today, and how we react tomorrow. So those are the things that we can control, and those are the things that we talk about.
When you have maybe some veteran players that are struggling, are you the type to, whoever it is, to give them a longer leash if they're a regular for you and they've got a track record between last year and early this year? Do you want to see guys work their way out of it, or are you start getting to the point now where you feel like you might need to shuffle some things around?
Nobody's happy with the way that we played the last 3 games, and we've got to play better in order to be successful. There's nobody's skirting that. Nobody's hiding from that. We got to play better. We're coming off 3 games where we played pretty well. We moved into 3 games where we didn't play very well. We gave up too much defensively, and we got to be better. To me, I think you have to give players opportunity to respond. You address situations that come up, you address things that need attention, and then you got to give them a chance to respond and a chance to work their way out of it. No team will go through the year and be happy with the 82 games that they play. They're going to go through a stretch of 10 games where they're 2-7-1. And so they work on that and fix it. And so maybe we're in that right now. And so you have more meetings, you have more video, you have more practice, and talk about different things on ways you can get better, what you can do to get better. But I do think that a little bit of adversity is something that your team can use and work its way out of, and help you become stronger when you're on the other side of it. And so we're in a little bit one right now with 3 games that we don't like the way we played. We know we got to play better. Players know they got to play better, and that's what we're working to do.
How do you think your group is handling this adversity in the sort that you're in right now?
We got to work our way out of it. I mean, that's what it's about. When these things pop up, and I've coached a lot of years and been with a lot of groups, you've got to find your way through it. You got to dig in and find your way through it. I mean, this is a veteran group with a lot of veteran players. We'll work our way out of this.
You're talking about many years of coaching. Sometimes you just have to simplify things. Is that sometimes an answer where you guys just get back to making things simple?
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, but also there's things that we need to do better. It's not just that, it could be any number of different things. And oftentimes, I guess I got asked a question last night, sometimes you can't just say, oh yeah, the season's this, and just paint it with one stroke. Same thing with a game, or when you've lost some games, or you're getting 40 plus shots in 3 games in a row. It's not just, hey, if we just take care of this one thing, we'll be fine. There's multiple things that can lead into it, and things that we can do better. And so you just got to stay on it and keep working at it until you do find your way.
Are there, these last 3 games, do you feel like they're more of a worst case scenario of some things that maybe been bubbling under the surface for you?
Yeah, there was a few games prior to these 3. Like I said, the 3 prior to that, I didn't mind. I thought we were pretty good. We were tight defensively, and got wins, generated, and so there was some good stuff in there. But there was a few games prior to that where we weren't very good. We gave up too much, and maybe that trickled through, and now you're in a little bit of a stretch of it. Again, those are things that need to get addressed, and we need to get better at.
During a skid like this, do you feel as a coach you need to do anything differently, or during a skid in the past, have you changed things up?
No, just what I talked about. Like this is a veteran group where we work on things every day. We talk about it, and so we get an opportunity tomorrow go out there and take a step.
I know you gotta worry about yourself, but just the challenge of going back into that building, you know, and how you hope your team responds to seeing Carolina again.
Yeah, I mean, they're a rival. You know, they've seen them in the playoffs here and playing really well. They've been a top team in the league for the past 5 years or so. Anyway, and so it'll be a good challenge.
Kako getting a full game at center last night. It seemed like that line, maybe more so than others, did have some effective shifts and did generate a bit. So what him specifically doing that role? How do you see him adapting? And he's maybe adapting quicker than you thought he might.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he said he spotted it here and there a little bit in his past, not a lot, not recently. We had a need to fill a position. I thought he played a really good game. I thought he picked up speed through the middle of the ice. The line was an effective line for us. They played pretty good defense. They made good decisions with the puck. They skated hard. They brought pucks to the net, and I thought they played a pretty good game.
What are the attributes that you look like? If you're looking at a winger and you're saying, hey, this guy might be able to make the transition, like what does that guy need to have?
I think from a standpoint of positives for Capo, I think when he has the puck on his stick and he's attacking with speed, to get it in the middle of the ice sometimes I feel like it's an advantage as opposed to being posted on a wall. And so for him to be able to attack middle ice, you can see that in the game. I think the challenges, I'm not specifically speaking about Cap, but the challenge is that you're taking a winger and you put him in a down low D-zone coverage oftentimes. Once in a while a winger will end up there, but now as a centerman you find yourself there a lot more, and that's a challenge from getting off of the wing and getting down into, just staying with your D-man. Now you're down in low coverage in that 3-on-3, which can become chaotic at times. So just trying to sort that out and sift that out. So, but he did a pretty good job. Like last night, like I said, his line was good defensively, and they were probably our most productive line offensively. Thanks.
Thank you.